Hello, everyone out there. This is Mythos Lore. And joining me today... Always so impatient. Joining me today is... Firestorm.
Hello, everyone. Firestorm. Local brewmaster.
And I am a royal historian. And today we'll be talking about a very impactful moment in recent history that apparently had nothing to do with the redesign of the throne room.
I told my father that the throne looks stupid. But you just can't get through to them.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about the MLP movie.
Well, the MLP invasion, am I right?
Yeah, we seem to get invaded a lot, but this time was like the most destructive. I mean, the changelings did less damage.
And you know those crazy love bugs, they just tried to sap our love.
Yes, after cocooning us, like something in some sort of eldritch abomination science fiction horror movie. Anyway, this is the tale of Princess of Friendship and Acquaintances, Twilight Sparkle, and her friends of who I held equally annoying. Just kidding, I actually am in a book club with Twilight.
Oh, very funny, very funny.
Anyway, Princess Twilight was hosting a friendship festival and didn't invite the dragons, changelings, or griffins. Or the, well, Yaks of Yakistan. God, I hate them. They're just so annoying. And also did not invite the people of Saddle Arabia, which is apparently where the previous festival was held.
Actually, I would like to refute that. They literally mentioned that Saddle Arabia was actually involved in the first few minutes of the movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why weren't they there then? I guess maybe the king and queen were too busy trying on saddles again. Honestly. Why? And the reins. It takes forever to get a rein to look good if you're not a unicorn.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Oh, come on. You're a unicorn, too.
Yeah, and I can't get a ring, and I can't wear a ring to save my life.
I am not much for reins. The Friendship Festival will be joined by Songbird Serenade as the headliner. I don't know why the Countess Colorachura and Sapphire Shores weren't called, but okay, let's just go with the flavor of the month.
They're like, what is up with that hair? This is why I'm focusing on classical music.
How can she even see, though?
They're not me.
Now, Octavia, now there's a performer, and she's also in my bow tie club.
Bow tie.
Hey, bow ties are cool. Just ask our president when he gets back from the outhouse. I'm not quite sure what it is. It's some sort of blue box or whatever. Anyway, we probably won't see him for a while. It seems to mysteriously not be where he leaves it a lot. Anyway, yes, bow ties are cool. And this festival is being attended by one of the greatest magicians in all of Equestria. And her frumpy assistant, who has really stupid hair.
Can you stop this? My cousin already? I know you're pissed, but still. She's technically tied to my family.
Yes, and so's that guy who got sealed away 1,000 years ago.
No one brings up Punch Shadow.
No, I mean the other one. Now that I think about it, the ponies in your family seem to get sealed away a lot.
I swear to Celestia, you so shut up soon, miss. I'm going to show you what happens when we activate our seals. Once again though, Twilight panics again.
Yes. Oh, Twilight. her idea of having the sun and moon mood for the show, and then Caden shooting Aurora would have been terrible. No one would have been able to see. And it could have created the worst solar eclipse issue in quite a while. Then again, the last eclipse ended pretty good. Just ask Luna when she was sitting on the balcony, mooning every pony. I get it. There was a total eclipse, but did she of the moon? But did she have to do that too? I think she was just trying to troll every pony. So,
as my great grandfather once said, Luna is childish.
Ah, yes, but she sure does have a nice plot when she does that stuff.
Shit.
Technically speaking.
Don't bring this up. Technically, there could be a reason.
Yes, although my darling Princess Celestia, the most wonderful pony in all of Equestria, of course has the best flanks ever.
You're telling me. So, plots forward. Let's get back on the movie plot, please.
Yeah, anyway, Twilight was going to cause the end of the world with a solar eclipse for the show. And then everything was going pretty well until she got hit by the cake howitzer that Pinky and Cheese Sandwich created. And I feel like some sort of mysterious corporation was licensing them the name for that thing. I'm an easy bake oven cannon. We have unexpected visitors, and I give you our villains for this tale. Edgehorse McOC.
Formerly known as Commander Tempest. And wow, anytime my ancestor's hornbreak was bad.
In all seriousness, though, best villain to attack Equestria in quite a while. I mean, that
Agreed.
style, that look, that intimidating ability, and then there's those soldiers. They are. I mean, they might be some sort of maybe bear creature or yeti?
Yeah. Well, you gotta get right around this.
Well, it's something I heard from an alpaca friend of mine. What is that thing next to Tempest, though? Is that a badger? I think it's a badger. I didn't know we had talking badgers.
I don't know what that thing is. That's a kobold. It's a mole. That's literally a mole.
Really? Because I think the my family that runs Klug Town is actually moles.
No. I know that was definitely a mole.
Moles, voles, whatever. All I know is that cats have a hard time catching them. Unlike shrews. Speaking of cats, what's the deal with this guy? Look at him. He's a giant cat. I mean, seriously. It reminds me of that story about that witch who had that lizard servant and she would imprison ponies in a cave. And then she became good and put on a sparkly party dress and danced around with a human and a Faust. Our mythology is so weird.
I'm telling you. Actually, as I was saying, it's something that I learned in my ancestors' notes. These kind of people live where Salambula actually used to be. They just were around in this area. So it's very possible.
That's very interesting. I heard something similar about that from Camelloop. Yeah,
Remember this cool cat around, y'all? That famous fairy tale. Puss in Boots. He doesn't really have boots. He wears jacket.
Yes, he did have a very nice coat. And I'm not talking about his fur one. I'm talking about that patchwork thing he was wearing. It looked pretty good for something he probably got out of the trash.
Most likely.
Anyway, what happened after Tempest showed up, she and her minions came out and seemed to be wielding pieces of the misfortune malachite. And, oh no, oh poor my princess, my poor princess. Oh, poor Celestia. And poor Cadence. Oh god, Shining is now a widower. Oh, and Flurry's gonna have to not grow up with a mom. Oh,
calm yourself, dude. One thing, yes, even though it looks like it, you can see me assured that I've excited this material before. And it doesn't kill. It just puts poison stasis, people. Calm down. They ain't dead. They ain't dead. They just stasified.
well, Lil would have died. Because you get shattered like that, you're basically dead.
Yeah, shattered is one thing.
I mean, just ask Princess Amore. Oh wait, you can't, because Sombra killed her.
Let me get back to recent ancient history myth.
Yes. Sorry, Agent History is just a big thing with me. Anyway, after she... Oh, the poor princesses. After she turned the princesses to stone, she then proceeded to try and capture Twilight, and, this would have been a good time for Twilight's incredibly overpowered student with the stupid hair to show up. But, anyway, yeah, the princesses all got turned to stone, and I don't know where Twilight went. Where did her and her friends go? Hey, didn't there used to be a bridge here? There's a bridge here, right?
Actually.
Really? The bridge was disintegrated. Huh.
Something happened.
Hey, is that a hat down there? I think I see a hat down there. Anyway, I heard that after that they were going to go and see the Queen of Hippos. I don't think they were going to be able to get to Zab-Africa, though. That seems like kind of a long way to go.
Well, actually, did hear Princess Edition. They would have to go to the Queen of Hippos. I don't think they were actually able to go there. And then I think the more fun that was the grips, considering,
Yeah, that would make more sense, and I'm pretty sure that's what happened next. They ended up going down to southern Equestria, past the Somnambular village, and into the area known as the Mullen Hillside, where they ended up at Klugtown. And let me tell you right now, if anyone offers you anything there, do not take it. And if anyone offers to show you around down there, do not listen to them. Also, hold on to your wallets.
Or coin purses. Unfortunately, the last guy who tries to unfortunately got petrified. He's in the backyard right now.
Also, you're forgetting the last, most alarming thing. Every pony, or actually every monster down there, are huge collectors, and they actually endorse slavery.
Don't remind me. I went down there once. Let's just say there's the reason why I have a collection of intricate statues in my backyard. I don't have a volunteer that. That's the experimental one.
Yeah, it's a shame us equestrians don't like sushi. I heard that former student of Princess Celestia's actually makes sushi nowadays. Maybe we should have given her a call to go with them. If only we had. I heard that she's actually in that mirror that shows you to other worlds, like a world where for some reason Princess Luna and Princess Celestia dress like Somnambula now, and the Crystal Princess Cadence is actually like a huge domineering meanie, and yeah, it's weird. Those mirrors are weird. I once heard that Star Swirl shoved a bunch of giant sea ponies in there once.
They're called sirens, and it wasn't a myth.
Huh, yeah. Well, I'll believe them when I see them. I mean, just because sea ponies can sing really pretty doesn't mean they can hypnotize ponies.
Wow, you... As in, my cryptic friend would literally say that... As in, she may not be a bit of a cryptic, not as much as a roommate, but she's pretty cryptic. herself, she was literally calling out on that shit.
Language?
Whoa.
Or do I need to wash your mouth out with soap to get the manure out of it?
Sweet, so let's just move on.
Anyway, as they entered Klug Town, they made the #1 mistake. Separating and randomly asking things. Of course, I think...
Actually, Pinky's fault.
Yes, but they're a group, so I'm going to collectively refer to them as a group, because if Twilight... Because
as much as I like to defend my dear friend, but let's face it, Twilight should ever separated.
Talk a bit clearly. This is going on record, you know.
Anyway, like I was trying to say, as much as I wanted to defend it, Twilight had the best idea. So that Pinky decided to be Pinky again. I swear, I need to find something to call me to help me.
You know, I think they have medication for that now.
I know. I'm actually researching it.
Yeah, I think I'm actually on some of that. Oh, no, wait. This is for heart problems. Why do I use it to sleep? Anyway, let's get back on topic. They went to Klug Town, and they made the #1 mistake of not using the buddy system.
I think you're trying to make buddies?
Yes, but just like my brother, who was in a band called the Buddy System, they ended up breaking up. You'd think with a name like that they'd stay together better, but whatever. Anyway, I think Maud made a fan. One more member for the Mod Squad.
I don't really get that.
Well, you see, one of the fish people asked, "Hey, can I have the photo of your sister to Pinky?" And I can't help but feel that after this, he's going to be a Mod Squad member.
That'll be fun.
And basically going to be added to a collector's edition. Yeah, I'm serious. They were saying they want to collect all 7. And as a collector of fine figures myself, I must say, I kind of get the appeal. But that would be slavery. I mean, there's a difference between collecting toys and collecting sentient beings, you know.
I do agree with that. But then again, considering that this world of record high discoverability, I wouldn't be surprised they didn't care about that.
Yes, it's a steaming cesspool of crime and villainy. Oh, and look, there's a tiger to save the day. Oh, no, he's not a tiger. It's that Abyssinian cat again.
Oh, boy. Hey, this guy's such a charmer.
I know. I haven't seen someone this blatantly two-faced and fake charming since Blue Blood. Yeah, I'm surprised that cat was able to sing so well without getting a hairball.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know, those cats.
This one crazy idea that if a hippogriff and one of these cat people had a kid, it'd be a griffin.
Well, griffins are part of cats.
Yeah, you know, Abyssinia used to be a pretty proud desert kingdom on the southernmost edge of the next continent, near Zeb Africa, but apparently there was a lot of war there at some point, and someone blew up the palace, and yeah, I think the Storm King actually did that. I think the Storm King actually did that. In fact, now that I think about it, he controls the entire southern continents. Why haven't we done anything yet?
Well, let's just get back on topic. It seems that we just don't like to evade. And that's what Tempest seems to think, considering that we actually have put in a Storm King.
Yeah, anyway, this cat is really charming. I mean, look at the way Rarity looks at him.
Oh, no, we gotta use an example. She's too trusting. And she literally follows with anyone who actually gives her this time of day. And actually looks like a hot stud.
Yeah, it actually makes me wonder if her brother and her weren't related, would she be chasing him too?
Don't ask me. Lucid is literally.
He's literally elusive? Well, that is because he is a traveling auctioneer. I mean, he does a lot of his stuff in Monocult. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It just seems like maybe Celestia could have told Luna to go to Monocult and get help from the Duchess there and also the Queen of the Hippogriffs. I mean, they both manipulate water, so it would have been naturally a good idea. I mean, if the Hippogriffs... Yeah, I've heard this myth that the Hippogriffs had, like, this deal with the sea ponies, and I forget what it was. Anyway, after the heroines met with this Capper fellow and followed him back to his place, which I'm 90% sure almost everything in there is stolen.
Well, considering the timing for the not surprised. That was a wreck of a pretty big debt.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of hard to believe that he lost all of that money gambling at an establishment where everyone who works there is blind.
Yeah, sorry, Kobolds. Maybe it was good hearing.
I know, but how can you tell what card someone pulled out of a deck if you can't see it?
This thing called Braille, dude. You gotta look it up.
He was gonna sell them after they were so trusting of him. He was gonna sell them to slavery.
I literally had a spell for apples like that.
And really fixed his code so nice. It was so mean.
There's a spell for that.
You know, I think Mr. Kitty needs to be sent to the vet. Maybe if they neutered him, he wouldn't be so two-faced. Because, well, you know, I'm pretty sure Rarity's probably thinking of doing that.
Obviously.
Yeah, and then somehow Tempest tracked them all the way there. I do not know how she followed them. I mean, is that literally the only town in that entire continent?
Considering we literally see Piggy go crazy with dehydration, I think possibly.
Oh, you know, she just overreacts.
Well, at least the closest anyway.
Also, how can Spike get dehydrated when he breathes fire?
Oh, that's pretty simple. And it is still technology. Is apparently those tip skills, not for resisting lava flows, unfortunately, they're so big that literally they were taking a bit too well. He wasn't cooking himself.
Ouch.
Yeah.
She just flipped a giant shark person? Yeah, she did. It was amazing. She flipped a giant shark person. Wow. So, basically, Twilight saw a book about the hippogriffs on the shelf, and they all retreated out the window to get away from Tempest, Capper, and that slavery-endorsing crime boss Mole. And as they're being chased, things just went from bad to worse. Why is Fluttershy running when Rainbow Dash is flying? In fact, why is Twilight even running?
I think Twilight was flying. I don't know what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, you're right. She was flying. Why isn't Fluttershy flying?
Hey, you know, for what I've heard, she's basically part goat. So she panics and her wing seats up.
Goat? More like sheep. Seriously, she's as timid as a lamb.
Yeah, she's getting help for that.
Yeah.
Help. Last time it didn't go so well.
Yeah, well, you know, if what she did to those fans is any indication, I'd say she has learned her lesson quite a bit. Anyway, as they were running, lo and behold, they get slingshotted right into a departing airship. Lucky them. Now, are these griffins? What? No, they're not griffins, but let's check back with the cat guy. speaking of neutering, I think that's what Tempest is about to do to him.
It seems that he actually listened, though.
Yeah, he's looking at those buttons Rarity gave him.
You know, what Rarity said in the show? A little bit of generosity can win you favors of anyone.
That's
even the Two-Face guy.
Yes, he says they're going to Skull Island. Huh, I wonder what that's like.
Well, it turns out we were right. They were going to see the hippogriffs, actually.
Yes.
On the Mount of Eris?
Yeah, why is it named after Discord's sister?
Maybe she made it. Draconis and insane spells. Who knows what they could make?
Yeah, I heard she lives on a place called the Isle of Stillness.
That is ironic considering the crazy dimension that Discord lives in.
Oh, no, wait, that's right. She doesn't live there. She was exiled there. She was literally exiled to a place where nothing happens ever.
Ouch. That's probably the worst thing that happened to Draconicus.
Yeah, that's worse than being turned to stone, almost, because at least there are other beings around walking by you and talking.
Well, back on track.
Yes, indeed. Mount Eris. What is with these bird people? Where are they from, and why do they not have wings?
I think they do. I think they're actually griffins. But maybe a specialized species? Is it a part parrot? Is it a part eagle?
Maybe. Also, what's with that one's eyes?
Well, as we learned earlier, they're just delivery ponies. And you know what they say with delivery men, sometimes you get shot in the head.
Yes, and they're delivering the most amazing, but also somehow stupid things ever. Toys of the Storm King. They got Storm King bobbleheads, Storm King t-shirts, Storm King baseball caps, Storm King collector coins, Storm King posters, and Storm King something else, other things, I don't know. Anyway, we learned that these delivery ponies are actually pirates. Famous ones too.
Oh,
It's a
the parrot part makes sense now.
Yeah, and, well, look at that. They're going to throw them off of the ship. That's actually... And then they were saying tie them up, clip their wings, or scar them. And lo and behold, for some reason, Applejack finds that terrifying. And the wing clipping, of course, you know, Dash doesn't like that because she wouldn't be able to fly. And scar them. Apparently, Rarity's the only one affected by that. And then when they say emotionally, Fluttershy gets all messed up. Well, isn't it a little late to scar her emotionally?
It's not that spoken.
Yeah. Anyway, pirates. Captain Solano. You know, I heard about her. She's supposedly a really great sword fighter.
Well, I don't know. We didn't see much sword fighting during that moment, but hey, it happened.
Yes, and then Dash, for some reason, initiates a song. She hardly ever initiates songs.
Yeah, you know, once adventures involved, anyone would initiate a song, and no one knows adventure like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, and look at them in their pirate outfits. Look at the ponies in their pirate outfits, so cute. And then Dash, seriously, you're gonna do a Sonic Rain Boom right now? That is just the worst idea ever.
Think of stealth, honestly, Dash. You talk to my bro about this. This is literally show you how to be subtle.
Whatever. Anyway, oh look, the pirates are getting attacked by Tempest now because she easily found them, and it looks like she's gonna neuter Capper again. Oh jeez. And as they're attacking the pirates, and the pirates are gonna defend the ponies, Twilight decides to just bail.
well, for one thing, she really takes off one of my other favorite adventurers. There's Pongyver. And the way she made that balloon.
Yeah, that is. Also, I thought his name was MacGyver, and he kind of looked like Applejack's brother.
And different series. I watched one of the original ones.
Oh, Oh, right, yes. Yeah, well, it was just genius with the balloons. And soon they arrive at Mount Eris, and it's kind of a dump.
I won't be surprised. Looks like a storm pit.
Yes! Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And just as everyone's about to give up hope because they came in vain, what is that music I hear? Or could it be a siren song?
I thought you said sirens didn't exist.
It's a figure of speech storm. Well, and lo and behold, everyone's drowning. Everyone's drowning, and are they breathing with bubbles? I've heard about that spell, but how did Twilight cast a spell while she was unconscious? Wait, what's that? Is that a seahorse?
Called it. I didn't call before. I called it again. Sea ponies. No, that's what you call a sea pony. Only Mythos. So they actually live in the water. So they've actually visited before.
I heard in an old story that they love to sing and use the word shooby-dooby at the end of all their sentences. And also clam whistles. Also, they live in rivers as well as seas, which is kind of odd because are they freshwater fish or saltwater fish?
I think they're both. But these ponies don't look like any of the sea ponies I've seen before.
No, they are not. They're very unique looking. Almost bird-like in the way that their bodies are shaped.
Oh. It seems that this one also did you a princess of some kind.
Princess Skystar? That's like the worst name for a fish princess ever.
Yeah, I get it.
They're being taken to the sea?
I should have saw this coming. They used a transformation potion, didn't they?
I think they went over your head with this one. That is the pearl, the legendary pearl of metamorphosis.
A what?
The pearl of metamorphosis. It's an ancient artifact capable of transmorphing any race into anything else. I thought it was just a fantasy. Like the warp whistle.
Considering that we literally live in a time where we literally can be taught by South for the builder, I think some of these magical items would be sort of true. And yes, so I believe you need a few of them.
Huh. Yeah. Anyway, this was said to be the coveted gem of the sea ponies, but they gave it to the hippogriffs in legend out of gratitude for the hippogriffs saving them from a kraken.
I also know it's kraken.
Really? I heard it was kraken. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is that apparently these are the hippogriffs. And Queen Novu, who I heard was childhood friends of Celestia, along with Duchess Diamond Waves, is refusing to help.
Well, from what I've understood, and what Adara told us, it makes sense. You really want an artifact to get in the hands of that Storm King? It's insane! It's insane!
I heard that they got bamboozled by a Storm King agent who was selling cherry pies.
I don't know. It is definitely a good ruling to keep your people in mind more often than more often than others. Sometimes you have to be a bit selfish.
Yeah, it is a bit selfish. Or should I say, shellfish.
That was my joke. You stole my joke.
Speaking of shellfish, is the princess so lonely that she talks to clams?
Oh, I won't be surprised. Princess being princesses.
She put eyes on the clams and is talking to them.
Oh boy, what is Twilight? Oh, Twilight, no. Twilight, I know what you're planning. No.
Oh, this is quite the musical. Look at all the song and dance. Pinky and that princess are just dancing so beautifully, so upbeat. One little thing can make a great change. Oh, that's such a good, optimistic
I
message.
love the song, but I totally see what Twilight is doing. She did it the last time. She did it last time. Especially with being moved out there and telling you the cookie jar. Right, that's some of this cookie jar.
Yeah,
It's a distraction. She stole the cookies. You got caught.
yeah. What's with that security? Yeah. Anyway, they're just being banished. And yeah, that queen says you're not worthy of being one of us. Well, that is cold, especially to a princess from another land.
No, just steal their ancient artifact. I think then you can turn you into the body when you're underwater.
Yes, but hey, it just proves that their queen's a lot more strict than our rulers. I mean, really, given your cousin, you know.
When she gets her paranoia issues, we're going to go with her on that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really big uphill battle.
Because she hasn't access on rooting magic yet. This is because she hasn't attempted to say rooting magic yet.
Yeah, her answer to just zapping everyone to make her problems go away reminds me of this evil queen I heard about once. Anyway, Twilight starts arguing with Pinky, and now Twilight's going out by herself, and everyone looks really sad, and I honestly can't imagine Twilight doing this most times, but it's kind of warranted given the fact that her friends have been more of a burden than helpful on this journey.
I have to agree. And the stakes are pretty high. Because one is captured, that rune staff will be powered. She definitely, and with Raven basically started moving away through, you know what, and Pinkie Pie literally announcing them in the wastelands. I would be surprised that's why I don't trust anybody at this point.
Yeah, especially since they've been betrayed so much. And
technically only got betrayed once.
yes, well, once is enough. Especially when you have the kind of issues Twilight has. But then again, if you did have these issues so badly, why did you even trust your cousin? I wouldn't let her live with me. I'd be too afraid that she's gonna kill me in my sleep.
Yes, I'll get onto that a little bit later on.
Yeah. Anyway, just as Spike's about to give a heartwarming speech, Tempest shows up and kidnaps Twilight. And then seals her up in this cage that seems to be an anti-magic rune cage?
No, that's very possible. Some materials are naturally anti-magic. Maybe even the same thing, maybe those same crystals.
Quite possible.
It's very possible.
Yes, it is indeed very possible.
And things, you know, they're hunting alicorns of all things. They're gonna need that.
Yes, they are. Also, if they're hunting alicorns, why didn't they go after Flurryheart? It's kind of hard to imagine that Shining Armor isn't mounting some sort of rescue attempt on Canterlot. Is he too busy? Is he too busy locking down the Crystal Empire? Anyway, as Twilight is basically saying that she failed friendship didn't fail her, Tempest recounts her tragic backstory, in which, wow, she was actually really powerful as a kid. I heard she was going to try and get into Celestia's school. Poor Tempest, all of her friends turned their backs on her, and she was outcasted as a freak, even though she risked life and limb to protect her friends from that space bear. And all of her friends and family turned on her just because she has that really, really awesome-looking scar and the broken horn. Oh, look at her, she's crying. And, yeah, look at her leaving to travel the world in search of a way to fix her horn. You know, this reminds me of something. This tragic tale of childhood friends abandoning you and feeling like you're an outsider and becoming some sort of edge lord, wannabe dictator, obsessed with getting back what you lost. Well, this is exactly like your cousin's journey, only somehow better? Like, literally, this is more compelling.
But let's face it, though, I have to admit, Tempest's story is definitely better. After all, she literally sacrificed her own horde, and she literally became a danger to everyone else. She had to run away.
Yes, and her friends didn't want her around.
Well, I wouldn't want any around with the potential with her to literally kill me with an accidental spark burst.
Yet, you hang around with that cousin of yours. Anyway, now we cut back to the beach with the girls. The girls are talking about how this whole journey was just a huge mistake. All it did was just make them feel bad. They couldn't get anyone to help them. And Applejack suggests they go talk to Twilight now, and Spike runs over, revealing Twilight has been taken by Tempest, and now they don't know what to do. They're at a total loss. No leader, no plan, no nothing. Until, just above them on a rock ledge in the haze, emerged a shadowy figure who began to explain that he knew a group of heroes, and Rarity's like, oh, look, what the cat dragged in. Himself. Everyone's totally surprised Capper's not dead, and he starts talking about a brave band of heroes he knows, going on and on about how great they are and the deeds they've accomplished, and Applejack automatically knows that he is talking about them. And now, Capper reveals he didn't come alone, because Captain Solano came with him, and even though their ship was destroyed, they're still going to fight, even with the odds against them. And as they're gathering together their forces, lo and behold, wannabe Princess Ariel jumps from the ocean and turns into her hippogriff form, ready to help them in any way she can. So, with their plan set, and Capper, who came up with a plan, and are rushing to Canterlot
with the Trojan cake.
Yes, apparently that cat's actually very good at giving motivational speeches. And hey, looks like the princess grew some legs. And what is up with her face? That does not look part Griffin-like at all. You know, I think I'm going to have to look at a very famous hippogriff a second time now.
It was infamous. You literally pissed off Prince Celestia for more ways than one.
Yes. Well, pretty much every other main character is gearing up to save Twilight. We cut back to Twilight as she's being hauled in a cage through Canterlot, and we see pretty much a ton of ponies being super depressed and imprisoned and tortured. Oh, it's terrible. And Twilight's being taken back to the castle, sees the stone princesses all lined up, and she's put on the fourth corner of the magic square, and Tempest is saying that she's going to show the world what she can really do, while Twilight's pleading to not do this, not to give her magic over to the Storm King, who now finally shows up, and this guy is just weird. He is like really, really weird. He's like Discord level weird in the way he acts, almost. Seriously, it's like this whole thing's just a big game to him. Now, the Storm King starts belittling Twilight and mocking her, and Tempest tells him how he's going to steal her magic, and he slams his staff into the center of the throne room and drains the magic from all of the princesses all at once, causing Twilight's whole eyes to fade and all this magical light to shoot all over and absorb into his staff. And the first thing he does is shoot Twilight with it, blasting her out onto the balcony. And he says, oh, yeah, guess I gotta get used to this first. It's kinda not working right. Then I can call in the storm. Yeah, I'm gonna copyright that. Seriously, this guy's so obsessed with his image. It's like he's an executive at like a TV company or something. Jeez. So, after he goes out onto the balcony, after zapping Twilight, Tempest is trying to get his attention, so he will restore her a horn, and he just keeps putting her off, and now he's playing around with the sun, dancing up and down, and just, making the sun and moon go back and forth, pretty much showing that this guy's completely nuts. And Twilight gives Tempest this look like, please, why don't you help me? And she's like, gee, this is kind of an existential crisis here. I mean, he's not really listening to me like he promised he would. I just don't know what to do. Back with the girls who are still with Capper and hauling his cake cart into Canterlot. It unfortunately doesn't work. Wow, thanks, Evil Spike, for ruining their whole plan. And now begins the epic fight. But yeah, now epic fight time. Epic fight time. And hey, look at that. Sheldon, I choose you.
Hello.
Yes.
So don't try to run a franchise. You get very ridiculous animals. I mean, that's what Animal Golding came out.
Pretty much. And wow, look at that. She actually managed to stop that guy by not actually physically hurting him. And wow, look at Pinky go. Look at her go. It's just crazy. It reminds me of that Changeling invasion where she grabbed Twilight's tail and then spun it around really fast.
What's that? I thought of that spell.
That's a spell? I thought it was torture. And wow, look at Rarity and Capper go. They're very suave in their movements, very elegant. They make quite the pair. I'm pretty sure Spike won't be too happy about that. But I heard he's actually moved on. Anyway. Once more anyway. That's pretty much my catchphrase. Anyway. Every pony manages to get to the castle and save Twilight. However...
Oh, no wonder you call him the Storm King. That's some sort of tornado.
Yes, it is. And as they're fighting, everything... they decide to go and get the cake howitzer going again. Because that's the only way they're going to be able to get there. While the Storm King's, all giddy about his tornado, poor little Edgehorse walks over saying that I served you so loyally, so will you please give me back my horn like you promised? I did all of this for you, so you would give me back my horn. And he just starts laughing at her saying, I used you. It's kind of what I do. You should have known this going in. I mean, I turned on my previous lieutenant. Of course I'm going to turn on you. And he just starts threatening her and tries to zap her. And she tries to blast back, but is easily blasted by the 4 Alicorn-empowered staff and shot into the tornado. And while she's she's hanging onto the balcony, about to get shot into the tornado, where she'll probably die, Twilight saves her and says that they're friends now, because she can tell that Tempest is actually someone that's just in great pain. And she really needs a friend right now. Storm King, of course, mocks this, and is just going to zap them. But the easy cake oven howitzer thing fires and shoots the main 6 at the Storm King, which blasts him and shoots the staff into the Starry Night wall. Yeah, literally, it looks like Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night for some reason. And everything gets all messed up in the throne room, and it gets totally destroyed, and the rod somehow manages to get stuck in the wall.
I personally killed that stupid king. He gets dragged into the darkness. Sorry about that.
Yeah, maybe keep your darkness talk a little less, because we don't want people comparing you to Stygian, of all ponies. You know, I heard that he went to visit his family. They slammed the door right in his face.
Well, let's figure this out later. Sorry about that.
Anyway, yeah, now the epic grasping for the rod, and wow, look at that. I think this is called Red Rover? Or Crack the Whip? Yeah, it's like extreme Crack the Whip in a tornado. And as Twilight and the Storm King are wrestling for the staff, she gets thrown right into the tornado along with him.
Well, Twilight literally knows how to take punishment. Remember when she was trying to examine the piggy suits?
That's very true, but I'm really surprised she didn't end up impaled on a weather vane.
Well, there were no veins in there, and we didn't use metal rods to build the castle, so we should be fine, I think.
Then what's that on the roof of the castle?
Well, they were on the roof of the castle, they were in the castle itself.
Yeah. Oh, everything's going so good. Twilight is gathering with her friends, everything's good, and...
What the hell is that guy doing right there? I thought we killed him already.
Yeah, oh no, he's got one of the misfortune malachite orbs. This is bad, this is very bad. Oh no. What, Tempest, what's she doing? She's running and it looks like she's going to attack every pony, but no, wait, she jumps in front of them and takes the hit and rams right into the Storm King. And they both get turned to stone, and the Storm King falls and shatters into like dozens of pieces, and Twilight used the staff to save Tempest. And then turned her back to normal, and then Tempest and her are gonna...
I got this lady out that you just literally witnessed a potential first time execution of an actual villain character.
Somber's technically dead.
Yeah, we got a recent event in the Cripple Empire. He literally revived. He's an Umbra, so he basically doesn't really have a form to begin with.
You know, I heard this urban legend that he met up with this girl that was going to be a princess, but she decided to live in the land of fairies, and she brought him back to life.
I know that personally. I was there.
That really happened. Now that I think about it, isn't Nightmare Moon technically dead?
What? Not according to my research. You can never officially kill Nightmare Moon, or even Pony Shadows for that matter.
Yeah, that's sure not banishing, all right. Anyway,
We'll see a little bit later. Trust me on this. If my research has proven anything, you can't kill shadows.
we'll just have to have a discussion about that. You know, I think that Wolf did a video about that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Everything's good. The princesses are no longer stone. Everything's good. Yes, the party's back on. And every pony gets invited. Except for the races that were excluded earlier. And Tempest is throwing out a pretty impressive light show. And did I hear her?
Has some merits. I should talk to her about that.
Yes, and then there's that song. That is a good song. Not as good as I Am Just a Pony by the Countess, which was her big breakout redefining single. But still pretty good.
I'm not really into pop, so I can't judge.
Yeah. How does she even see when she's flying?
You're asking me? I also have this choreography.
Huh.
Maybe there's some wires up.
Wait, did I hear Tempest is talking over there with Twilight, and what is going on there? She says her name is Fizzy Pop Berry Twist. Isn't that an Earth pony?
Wait. Isn't she related to the berries in any way? Isn't she related to berries in any way?
Yeah, she might be related to Strawberry Sunrise, or possibly Berry Shine, or Berry Punch. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure Fizzy Pop Berry Twist was an Earth pony. Yeah, she was a
Who knows?
she was a soda brewer about 30 years ago or something like that. Oh, yeah, now I get it. Yeah, she's Tempest's mom. Okay, yeah. So she's Fizzle Pop Berry Twist, not Fizzy Pop Berry Twist.
Oh, she might be embarrassed. Let's just call it Tempest for now.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit her Edgehorse-like look. Also, wonder what her cutie mark is. We never can actually tell because she's wearing that armor, but it looks really good on her. Seriously, she is rocking that look.
But please. I literally have connections to the war industry and industry, and even I'm saying up front that you really should stop staring.
Well, I can't help it. She actually is quite cool.
I thought you wanted to be Twilight. I need to tell Shiny about this.
I don't want to date Twilight. Oh, no, you think she wants to date Twilight?
No. Twilight ain't no fairy for her.
How do you know?
Let's just say that I know things, and that things between friends should stay things between friends.
Yeah. Anyway, once more, this is actually a pretty cool tale.
Yeah, it's actually really good after the last great event with the summoning of the six legends.
Yeah, that actually was kind of lackluster with me because it seemed like Stygian was kind of overhyped.
I'll tell you short, he is a very good research partner. He's like a very good research partner that is the shadows.
Yeah, he had a cool design, but honestly, it just seemed weird. Anyway, the villains in this movie were much better.
Way better.
And
I do agree. The story was tracking in a kind of a goofy way. Tempest was insane and lonely, kind of icky. And yeah, I understand that some people would feel the Twilight a little bit, as they say, out of character. But let's face it. Anyone would do something crazy when they are trying to help out the city. I know if I was in Twilight Adventure, I would do the exact same thing.
you know, a very wise pony that used to be friends with Grandpere said it best. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Well, that is true. And those are very wise words. So unfortunately, let's just hope that Celestia can rekindle their friendship with the hypocrites with this little incident.
Well, they're hugging right now.
True. Too true.
Also, I think Tempest doesn't like being blindfolded, because clearly she doesn't know how the pinata game works.
Well, when your horn is broken as that, you can't really control it. I should go talk with her. As in, I probably would figure something out for her horn.
Oh, yeah, look over there. Look, it's your cousin.
Oh, boy. Starlight, get back here! Sorry, guys, I got this call, Starlight and Trixie are doing I'm trying some of the most insane fireworks spells, and, oh, dear, I gotta go.
Ah, jeez. Whoa! That is... Well, and one last great shot of that best princess. Oh, great sun goddess, I love you. Anyway, this has been Mythos Lore and Firestorm, but he's a little busy chasing after his cousin. Because she's...
What? No!
Yeah. Well, good night, everybody!
See you around!